Hi you guys, I'm Chef T-Max. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to do a spicy honey Dijon aioli. This goes perfect with all types of seafood, especially stone crabs, which are coming up in season very soon. So you're going to want to learn this one and make this for your friends and family. Click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell, and I'll send you new things I have coming up. So I'll see you back in a second. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you the shrimp. Now, we just have these beautiful shrimp in Florida, wild pink shrimp from the Keys. They're amazing. So whatever beautiful shrimp you can find in your market, if they're rock shrimp, whatever, they need to be bigger for this because I'm gonna do shrimp instead of stone crab because stone crab season doesn't start for another couple weeks. So I wanted to show you guys this sauce so you can make this with stone crab, but it works great with shrimp too and shrimp cocktail. So I'm going to show you how to do some shrimp really quick. So in this, you can see these shrimp, I've already peeled them. I left just the tail end of the nugget on there, and then I just opened them up by cutting them down the center here. You see how I did that? Now, these ones are beautiful because they're not even, there's no like extra kind of dirt and grime inside of the shrimp themselves. So they're looking beautiful. And I want to just slide that. Let me show you how I do that. So I lay the shrimp flat and I just slide the knife. I don't want to cut too far into the shrimp. I just want to cut that outer skin. And I'm looking for basically a dirty kind of, well, to be honest, it's the poop track. And I'm looking for that. And in their poop track, they'll have like dirt and grit mostly, right? By pulling that out, the shrimp are going to be nice and clean tasting. I'm sure you guys have eaten that before sometimes, and some of the shrimp dishes that are out there, some people do not clean it, and you really should because it's going to taste a lot better. Now I'll show you what it looks like. See this right here? Now, as I peel this one open, this one has that in. So you see how it's there? So what I do is I just scrape it. Now it's hard for you to see because I have a dark cutting board. Now if I had a white cutting board, you would see, like right here, you can kind of see. I'll put it on my finger so you can see it. See that dirt right there? So you just don't want that. It's basically dirt and grit that the shrimps kind of eat and process, and they take the minerals and the vitamins that they need out of that, and they leave the dirt and grit there. So the dirt and grit doesn't eat well. So you want to clean it up. So by doing that again, super simple, right? Cut. Now this one has a little. I just scraped it out. You don't want to cut these in half because they'll cook just a little too quick, and plus we were going to make like a cocktail from this, so you want like nice big chunk pieces. So you can see how I left the tail piece on there, just a little bit of that tail, so it has a nice presentation. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to wipe some of this poop off my hands. So I'll see you back in a second. Okay, done, all clean. Over here in a small pot, I've got some boiling. I'm going to bring it over here. I've got some boiling water with salt and Old Bay. Now I use Old Bay for shrimp because Old Bay is, I mean, we use this a lot in the Eastern Shore of Virginia, and I don't know exactly where Old Bay was invented. Something I should know, or maybe you guys can tell me down in the comments. But I'm from the Eastern Shore of Virginia, so I should know. And this is something you always would eat with crab and shrimp, and it's such a good flavor with seafood. These guys just hit a home run with this mix of spices. It's got a lot of that celery salt in there, a celery flavor, and bay leaf, and it just tastes amazing. So with this, I brought it to a boil, and then what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to put the shrimp in. I don't want to boil them away heavily. I'm just going to put the shrimp in and put the lid on that, and I'm going to let it sit there while I make this aioli. So that's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook nicely. I don't want to go too fast with it. And then what we're going to do is want to cool it down very quick too. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to start with my other dish here, which I've got an egg. I'm going to start with a pasteurized egg. You can see a pasteurized eggs. You see I have these little pasteurized stamps on there. And that's so you can be sure that they're safe to eat if you're going to eat them raw. I'm gonna wash my hand again. A lot of mess on my hands today. But we're gonna do a mustard. I like a nice Dijon mustard. Now this one's a little bit spicy, which is great. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of that. I don't wanna make a boatload of this, so I'm just gonna make for a couple people. So I'm just gonna do a teaspoon of that, and I think I've got this open. Yeah, it's open. Okay, good. So with this, a teaspoon of that, the Dijon, and now I'm gonna go with, look, I'm gonna go with 2 of honey, okay? Because I wanna make this spicy. So for the spiciness, I'm gonna put in 2 nice shakes of cayenne. Now cayenne's a very spicy pepper, as you guys know. So those 2 shakes are gonna make it super spicy. I've got some prepared mush radish. If you have fresh mush radish, you can grate it in there, that's even better. But I'm gonna do a large teaspoon of horseradish, okay? Okay, now, so for the acidity in this, you can use 2 things. You can use lemon or vinegar. Now I have some spicy vinegar because I really want to kick the flavor of mine up. And this is just an apple vinegar that I put some chilies in. You see that? You can do that with jalapenos. You can chop jalapenos, put them in a vinegar at home, and then you'll have this vinegar for all your every use. Now I'm going to do probably 3 teaspoons of that, okay? And that dish is ready to go. Okay, so let's try it out. What I want to do is I want to blend this first. And then we blend this first because we don't want to put the oil in it, because once the oil's in there, it's going to seize up. So let me blend this and I'll show you in 1 second what it looks like. Okay, I've got this blended up now, and you can see the amount of liquid in there. Now the amount of liquid I need is probably about the same amount of oil. So with that, I'm going to use a grapeseed oil. So I'm just going to squeeze that in until it pretty much doubles. Now the grapeseed I use because the grapeseed's a lighter, clean oil. And then it's not going to be as overpowering as just all extra virgin. Now I've got some extra virgin here. I'm going to put that in for beautiful flavor, okay? And then at this point, I'm going to put, around my salt. We don't need pepper because of the pepper that's already in there. And I'm going to put probably half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to blend this up, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. We just stick this on our NutriBullet and blend it. Simple as that. Okay, now I open this up. You can see inside of there now, you have this creamy aioli. The aioli at this point, we want to taste it for salt. It's got plenty of salt. Acidity. I think it's got nice acidity. It's got spice. It's got really good spice to it as well. I think it's almost like perfect. I hate to say it's perfect off the first shot because normally I have to adjust it. Put a little bit of vinegar in there, put a little salt. You could put a little lemon in this. Lemon's really nice. But to be honest, I think it's perfect. We're going to go with that. And then, because I like it, it's got spice in it. Now you could make it spicier if you want. At this point you taste it. If you want it spicier, just put another shake of cayenne in there. If you want more sweetness, put a little bit of honey in there and go from there. That's how you're going to adjust this. So I want to show you guys really quick how we take care of our shrimp. Okay, so we're going to take this and let me strain this. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now I've just strained it. I just dumped this in the sink. I got rid of the liquid. You can see it's got the bits of all the stuff it was cooked with, which is fine. I'm going to dump that right in here into some icy water. You saw those big ice cubes in there. I want to chill this down really quick. And I'm just going to tap it, and that'll drop some of that Old Bay in there, right? Now, let me just mix this around a little bit like this, right? And I want to do this to cool the shrimp. And those look beautiful. They're not overcooked. They're perfectly cooked through. They're nice, crispy. Only like a few minutes. You can see that wasn't very long at all. If you overcook these, if you cook these for 5 minutes in that water boiling, you're done. You're going to have rubber. So don't do that. Okay. Now we're going to let them sit in this liquid and cool, and we'll strain those. So let me clean this up, and I'm going to show you what this looks like on the plate. Okay. I've got some really nice kind of wild arugula. See what that looks like? It's really pretty, right? what I love about it, it's got a nice spiciness. So it's not just a forsaken garnish. It's actually giving value to this. It's going to give us spiciness as well. So we have beautiful creaminess. We don't normally I dress my greens with olive oil, salt, lemon. You don't need to do that unless you could put a little lemon if you wanted to. Lemon's always going to be nice with shrimp like this. But because this has acidity in it and it has spiciness, we don't need to do that. So I'm just going to stick my aioli right in the center like that. And then you have a party like this. You have a few appetizers for people. You can put 3 shrimp around like this. Let me see. We got to go all the same way, right, when you're decorating, okay? And that's it. Beautiful, chilled cocktail shrimp with this wonderful aioli. You see how simple that aioli is to do, but you're going to be so surprised at home when you make this aioli and try it. It's so good, and it's so great. Try it with stone crabs. Try it with shrimp. Try it with scallops. It's great with a lot of stuff. You know, it's nice to smear on a sandwich and make a smoked salmon sandwich too. So you got a lot of things you can do with it. Put it in your fridge. It'll last a couple weeks after you make it like this, as long as it's refrigerated, and it's perfect. So leave me some comments. Let me know what you have questions about, and I can help you with that. I'm Chef Team Max. I'll see you back in the kitchen soon.